This message is mostly for the Occupy Wall Street U.S. Day of Rage participants. Of course, it's a given that you will remain peaceful. There's already been some agent provocateurs. Actually, that's a fancy word for saying smartasses on the web and trolls who demanded violence out of this group that is forming in New York as we speak. Don't let them bait you. Just because some idiot can turn on a PC does not mean that they have the wisdom of the ages. I know I should talk, right? But you have to remember, I've got the right to talk. I was there when this began.
I don't know if anybody said it yet, but thank you for showing up. Quite a crowd for Dallas, Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Things are getting that bad.
Well, that's the problem. Things are getting that bad. Now, to be honest with you, I had a 4-minute speech lined up. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Ouch. There we go. I think that took care of it a little bit.
All right, sound engineer.
And after seeing the crowd and after hearing what Move On had to say, I'm going to kind of just cut to the chase here. This is about jobs. It's about public sector jobs. It's about private sector jobs. Now, my background is telecommunications. My degree is in telecommunications management. And the tech industry, despite what you've heard, is not doing any better than anybody else is. We need to fight this one inane idea. And that idea is that we are owned by the corporations. Right. No, we are not. Yeah!
Globalization has given rise to global revolution.
and encourage people to follow the rules of Occupy Chicago.
My name is Peter. I'm with housing. Yesterday we had a meeting for the first time in a while to get things rolling for this winter. We went over a bunch of ideas, and the main points that I need to tell you right now is that we decided to meet 3 times a week, that being Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday after GA.
That everything we need behind the scenes to get all of the committees up and running in terms of finance and budgeting is almost entirely done and complete.
We had a very eventful, a very successful event with the Alley Cats, which is our bike gang. We went out to Wicker Park and we distributed about 200 to 300 flyers. We did weekday stubs. We posted them on bus stops, train stops, bank ATMs, anywhere where we could get people's attention. We posted up Occupy Chicago flyers and information and statistics for people who might not be aware of what we're doing, trying to reach out. I'm also on the photo video, which is now Visual Media Committee. If you are a photographer or videographer would like to submit your work, email media@occupyshy.org. And if you would like to help organize and sort of put together stuff for photo and video other than just submitting your photo and video work, that would be awesome. We need some help with that. Also, Diversity Committee, we're trying to bring a more diversified audience to our movement. The elders, disabled, minority communities, and things like that. So if you're interested in helping out with that, that's sort of a part of outreach. We're going to be reaching out to different communities and organizations with diversity to diversity.
If you or your religious community wants to get involved and is looking for a way you can talk to us, maybe we can have a speaker come out or just share some of our ideas with you. Also, we're planning things here for taking care of ourselves, like meditation and prayer circles. Last night we had Occupy Shabbat, celebration of the Jewish Sabbath.
Also, they are inventorying everything right now. They're writing down a list of everything they have, so they're going to put it on the website so it's transparent and everybody can see what's going on. And they're doing that in the next couple of days, essentially.
Shen with College Outreach. I'm sure some of you know, but in case you don't, Henry Paulson and Condoleezza Rice will be speaking at the University of Chicago. I think we should all go down there and give those rat bastards a warm welcome to Chicago.
It's on November 17th. For anyone who doesn't know, it's the National Day of Action. Occupy Wall Street is on board, and there's going to be a lot of things going on around the country on the 17th, so hopefully everyone comes out and does things in all the cities in solidarity. There are plans here in Chicago. The final plans aren't really hammered out yet. Direct Action Committee is working on that. If you'd like to get involved in that process, you can get hooked up with the Direct Action Committee. There's actually a meeting tomorrow.
I have actually gotten in touch with a couple of do-it-yourself venues in the city of Chicago. I don't know if some of you are aware of Q4 Multi. It's on 1000 North Milwaukee. Anyway, my name is Brittany, and I have those answers and people to call for planning. If anybody has any ideas or would like to join the Arts and Recreation Committee, look for me. I have a red armband.
Monday at Rogers Park at the Heartland Cafe. So if you live in the area and if you want to come by with like-minded people, and a lot of folks from the Occupy Chicago members are going to be there at 7 o'clock. We can give more information. The gentleman's name is Frank. He's right here. He's actually right there. Or you can ask me more if you more information regarding this event. And also I want to thank everybody who came from Rogers Park today.
On behalf of Occupy the South Side, we're going to be having our first action event. It's going to be Wednesday. Meet at the 95th stop on the Red Line at 5:30 p.m. We're going to be handing out literature, and then we're going to take a mix between a GA and teach-in onto the Red Line itself and occupy a couple carts and just do a public sort of GA teach-in, whatever that form may take. So we hope to get as many people out there as possible.
We voted on this proposal yesterday. There's a lot of new faces, so we're just going to kind of go through a brief run-through. If you guys want to look through the whole proposal, it is on occupyshy.org, and it is called the Well-Oiled Machine Proposal. You can look over the proposal in its entirety. I'm just going to kind of paraphrase because we don't have that much time and we have a lot of
I have a list of upcoming direct actions we have in the works right now. So if you want to write these down, you can, or we're working on a press release with all the details about these upcoming actions. The first is Monday, the 7th, this Monday, at Federal Plaza at 10 a.m. We are joining seniors from around Chicago to rally against Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid cuts. That is happening.
It's Sunday, November 13th, 2011. This is Cliff Potts. Welcome. As you can tell from my videos, I really haven't done much in the way of personal blogging here as of late. Reason for that, of course, I've been involved with the Occupy Chicago movement and through Twitter, tracing and tracking events happening around the nation. This particular video is just more of a shout out for my friends to say hi and no, I haven't forgotten you, and yes, I'm still alive out here. This 1 week was the first time since the 24th of September that I wasn't out at the occupation. I kind of ran low on money, and every time I go out there it costs me $10, which doesn't sound like much, but on my budget it is a big deal.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Sold out! Thanks God, we got sold out! Thanks God, we got sold out! We got sold out! Thanks God, bailed out!
Thank you.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Well, the media is finally paying attention. Ho ho! NATO is the next today. Ho ho! NATO is the next today.
The 1%. Is running scared.
Yeah, you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
There's a lesson to take from this.
There's a lesson to take from this.
The great and the powerful.
The great and the powerful.
Only appear that way.
Only appear that way.
Because we are on our knees.
Because we are on our knees.
And when we rise up. They will run.
They will run.
Every time.
Every time.
Because they cannot stand against us.
Because they cannot stand against us.
We stand united.
We stand united.
I'm from the Coalition Against NATO, G8, and also Occupy Chicago participants.
I'm from
Speak loud enough that we don't need to use mic jack. We won a great victory today.
We won a great victory today.
But we know that we need to go much further. Today showed that protest works.
Is not leaving.
As long as the system.
As
does
347 does
is makes any area that's declared a national special event illegal to protest within a 2-mile radius. So basically, anywhere where there's Secret Service, you can be arrested. Expressing your constitutional right. I do not care where I am and what time of day it is. I will protest as long as there is injustice. So I'm going to ask me where I was going. I said occupy Chicago. He told me, what the fuck are you doing there? I told him I was exercising my constitutional right to protest this bullshit. Protest this bullshit. Brothers and sisters, I'm glad you are here today. And forever and as long as this bullshit continues, we are going to be out on these streets. Thank you.
We say tomato!
Get the fuck out, NATO!
Hey, one more, Bunny. Thank you.
Makes our war, sends drones to killing zones, targets families right in their homes. Who is it makes our war? Why do the bombs fall from up above? Why send hate instead of love? Why do we make these wars?
protest war machine that's NATO. They go around the world bombing indiscriminately, only represented by the 28 countries are represented by this unelected official. So the people whose countries that are represented, the people don't get a say in what they're going to do. That's, you know, and that is, yes, the mainstream media tends to skew things in certain ways that are not very flattering to protesters. We get portrayed a lot as angry, aggressive, all week long, month long, leading up to NATO. It's been, will there be violence? No, there's not going to be violence except by the police, but there are going to be clowns.
Tell us about that. I mean, the group is known to dress up and put on makeup. Tell me about that.
It de-escalates the situation. We are all peaceful protesters, and we walk down the street with our bare hands and signs and chants, and we're met by police and riot gear and boats with guns on them and helicopters. And so the clown block is a de-escalation of how ridiculous it is that there are peaceful protesters everywhere, and it's kind of a juxtaposition between the force of the state and the fun of the protest. So it's a joke, but it's a joke.
Sorry. Okay. 1. We are the people. 2. We are united. 3. 1.
We are the people. 2. We are united.
How you doing?
You want the free, one man your king.
Because 99% of us are suffering. We're supposed to run this country, but instead it's all run by and for the few. Because now we know the rich do not pay taxes.
protect our brothers and sisters. Entrapment. That was beer making equipment. Is that a fucking bomb?
These people were all my friends. They were people like you and me, people here to protest. This campaign of terror is not over. There have been others raided this week. There have been others arrested. Last night, I was on the phone with a girl who was down at the protest watching an activist get run over by a police truck. I'm scared. I don't have a safe place to stay at night because there is no safe place to stay at night. They violated our privacy, they stole our security, and they terrorized our trust. I choose to fight back. People keep asking me, is it true? What they should be asking, what they should be questioning, is the ease with which police get away with terrorism. As tempting as it is to direct my fury at the police, I keep struggling to remind myself that they were not independent agents acting with a personal vendetta. It is in the mayor and the president's best interest to dissuade us from resisting the war machine. Just as it is in their best interest to further their chosen political agendas abroad using the decisions of the G8 and NATO. We cannot forget that this raid is exactly the same sort of repression, the same tactics that NATO uses to further agendas abroad. We have the power to make a difference in this world. They would have us divided, squabbling over petty differences. They would have us frozen in our fear. They would have us broken and scattered. We say no! No! We let them pretend that they hold all of the cards. They don't. They are scared, and they should be.
Let's give it up for our sister Zoe in Occupy Chicago.
Police Department. You are engaging in unlawful conduct. You are hereby ordered to immediately disperse.
You must disperse to the west. Why? You must disperse to the west.
Same problem I do with Army pants.
The educational values are following suit. So, I guess, Robert, I work with the IVAW. I did, Skippy missed one thing that I think was really important about the Jesse Brown VA, and that IVAW hooked up with National Nurses United because of Occupy Chicago. And I just want to make that clear and thank David Orlikoff specifically, thank all the Occupy movement, because at the Jesse Brown VA hospital, the women's clinic used to be a shared space with the neurology clinic. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but 30% of women veterans suffer from military sexual trauma. And they go into a women's clinic to maybe find some help, and they roll into a room with a bunch of dudes in there, you know, and it's just incredibly fucked up. And they actually changed it. It's only the women's clinic now, and that's directly because of the veterans, the men and women who stood up and asked for better services, better care, and the right to heal. They're hiring nurses there so that there's better staffing at the hospital, and this is just the beginning, and I do want to acknowledge the veterans who are standing up for their right to heal, and just know that, you know, through organizing there is progress being made. And what you're doing here today is very important, so thank you.
It's Robert. And, I've been with Occupy Chicago for a while now. Most recently, I've been mostly working on jail support work for the NATO 5, who I'm sure you all heard about. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about their situation and my personal experience with the infiltrators who set them up. as well as what we can all do to protect ourselves from this kind of harassment. So my story really began right after April 7th, which was a big outreach day Occupy Chicago had. We had actions in the street all over the city. We had about 2,000 people come down to Grant Park for teach-ins and a bunch of other activities. It was a really big success, and to try to harness some of that energy, we set up orientation sessions the following week. Well, at that orientation session, we had about 20 great new people, and a lot of them are doing a lot of great work with us now, but there were 2 people in that group who proved to be really damaging to our organization and some of the great people we have working with us. You better know them as Mo and Gloves. They were 2 undercover agents who infiltrated our group and spent over 2 months with us, getting to know us really well. At the time, we had no reason to be suspicious. They seemed like any other new folks that came around. They were excited. They'd been waiting for this moment for a long time, it seemed like, and you know, just like any of us, once we got down here, we weren't going to leave. Now, we didn't realize they were being paid not to leave. They took a lot of time working on NATO housing, they claimed, calling churches and community centers, and they claimed that they were really excited to be here. Now, of course, their work never turned up anything. They spent a lot of time at the Woodlawn Mental Health Clinic. They claimed to be big supporters of the issue. Gloves went out of her way to lie about having relatives that were mentally ill and how compassionately she cared about the situation. They even went and got arrested there defending the camp to further give this idea that they really wanted to be a part of our movement. About a week after that, Mo approached me with an idea. It was for something illegal that I thought was really bad and damaging for the movement, and I told him straight up that day that I had no interest in taking part in the action and that I thought it would be really damaging to Occupy Chicago to undertake it. Well, that was the last time he wanted to talk to me. I last saw them on May Day. They joined the Black Bloc, and we'd had an agreement with the bloc that day that they were going to stay in the back and let the immigrants and the union members who really put their hearts and souls into pulling that march together take the lead. And for the most part, they listened to that, except at one point while I was marshalling, we noticed that there was a small group trying to push forward. Well, among those people doing it was one of the undercover agents. I wouldn't hear of them or see them again until after May 16th, when 2 really good friends of mine and 2 incredible members of our community had their home raided by the police. That night, 11 people were disappeared for over 48 hours. We had no idea where they were, they had no idea where they were, and they had no idea why they were being held. Now, of those 11, 2 of them suddenly got released immediately. Turns out it was Mo and Gloves. 3 of those 9, though, are still in custody today. You know them as the NATO 3. They're all being held on $1.5 million bail and being charged with these outrageous accusations of terrorism. About a few days later, 2 other individuals who also took part in Occupy Chicago, even one of them led a teach-in on April 7th. They were also taken, and they make up what we now know as the NATO 5. Now, what happened to them really isn't surprising, because every time we have these large mobilizations against, you know, whether it's the G8 or NATO or the Democratic National Convention, we see the same script play out. There's a preemptive raid. There's supposedly Molotov cocktails involved, something that we never even see at any of these protests. And then there's always that element of undercover agents. And what ends up happening is we've got these agents who come in, they find young, susceptible people, they provoke them, they set them up, and then they entrap them. And why are they doing this is the question we need to be asking. And it's in this situation, it was to justify a $60 million security budget that our tax dollars went into to protect the city of Chicago from the peaceful demonstrators who spoke out in the largest mobilization against NATO that we've ever seen. We proved during those protests that budget was completely unwarranted and unnecessary. They also are trying to discredit our nonviolent social justice movements. So where are we at now? We've got 5 great people who are being held in custody. Before I go further, I should just make mention of who these guys really were. The NATO 3 came here from Miami in early May, and they spent a lot of time at the health clinics. They spent a lot of time with Occupy Chicago, and they always were more than happy to go out of their way to perform any menial task, anything nobody else wanted to do. They would stay overnight at the clinics. They were really great guys. Of the NATO 2 was another guy that many of you know as Miggs, who served as a street medic. He took care of endangered animals. He was a really great guy and actually helped de-escalate that situation on May Day with the Black Bloc. Right. These weren't the makings of international terrorists. These were good guys. They could have been anybody in this group right now. There's no reason that they deserve to have their lives destroyed like they have. So now they're sitting in jail awaiting trial, and we have widespread paranoia and fear running through our movement. People asking who's the new snitch, who's the undercover agent. This has got to stop. We can't be snitch jacketing one another. We can't be making accusations that people are undercover agents, because more than likely you're going to have no idea who that person is until it's too late. I mean, one of the NATO 5 went through years of having people harassing him, telling him he was an undercover agent. Caused him a lot of stress. And as we can see now, he certainly did not deserve that treatment. So yeah, we cannot be snitch jacketing one another. The only thing we can really do to protect ourselves is set up our own personal boundaries. If somebody comes up to you like Mo did to me and wants you to engage in something that you feel is illegal or you feel is wrong, and it's not just, general civil disobedience, you need to let that person know right then that you don't want to be a part of that conversation and that it's over. Don't engage them, don't have a debate about it, let a friend know that somebody approached you about that. Because their goal with this, among other things, is to shut down our movement. They want us to be scared of each other. And our biggest strength this whole time has been being open and allowing anybody to come into our movement. We can't allow that to stop. It's our greatest strength. It's really important that we spread this message now, too. We have 2 large mobilizations about to happen in Charlotte and in Tampa Bay for the Democratic and Republican National Convention. So I can't stress enough passing this information on to anybody you know around the country who may be heading to one of those mobilizations. Because this stuff will happen again. It's going to continue to happen. And there's a reason for it. I mean, all this stuff is scary, it's depressing, and it's disheartening. But we need to keep in mind why they're doing this. They're doing it because we're winning. We're getting a message out that resonates with the people of this country, and we can't stop sending that message out, because that's exactly what they want us to do. I mean, that's why they're going after Private Manning for exposing all these state secrets. It's why they went after Dr. King in the 60s. It's why COINTELPRO existed. We need to keep in mind that we are winning, and we have to keep fighting, and we're not going to let this slow us down. Thanks.
Can someone pull it down?
Yeah, they're biting.
Reclaim Independence Day, ho ho! Hey, what do we want?
Right back day, we celebrate freedom! On this day, we celebrate